DL Hughley has now jumped into the E.J. Johnson backlash, and the conversation is getting messier by the day. Over the past few weeks, E.J. has already been under fire for saying he looks better than every woman in the room and for saying he would not date gay men. Those comments upset a lot of people fast. Women pushed back, gay influencers pushed back, and now DL is adding another layer by asking why so many celebrity kids in Hollywood seem to come out as trans or gender non-conforming. Did this spiral too fast? This really took off last month when E.J. Johnson sat down with Carlos King and made several comments that instantly set social media on fire. One of the biggest was E.J. saying he told his parents, Magic and Cookie, to stop using words like he, man, and even son when talking about him. That alone sparked a huge reaction online, and it only got more heated from there. Did that surprise you? A lot of the backlash comes from the way people heard E.J. framing femininity. Critics say he wants the look, language, and attention tied to womanhood without actually identifying as a woman. For many viewers, that already felt contradictory. But what made it worse for them was hearing him compare himself to women in a way they felt was dismissive and insulting. They argue that E.J. gets to move through the world as Magic Johnson's child, wearing luxury fashion and presenting femininity on his own terms, without facing many of the realities women deal with every day. That is why some people felt he was treating womanhood like something you can borrow when it benefits you and reject when it does not. That criticism spread quickly online. Some women said gay men are often disrespectful toward women and that people do not call it out enough. Others said EJ sounded delusional and full of himself. The reactions were harsh, personal, and non-stop. And it was not only women criticizing him either. Some people in the queer community also distanced themselves from his comments. Popular influencer Landon Romano called EJ out for competing with women and mocked his claim that he is always the best-looking person in the room. Was that line too far? Bobby Lights added to the pile-on too. He mocked EJ's overall image and said the reason EJ feels disconnected from the gay community is because he carries himself like a very specific kind of privileged woman and expects everyone to accept it. But the conversation did not stop with style or attitude. People like DL Hughley and Cat Williams have taken it in a different direction entirely, questioning why so many celebrity families seem to have children who identify as trans or trans-presenting. One of the most discussed examples they point to is Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union supporting Zaya at a very young age. Do you get their point? From there, people started listing more and more famous families. Marlon Wayans said his child transitioned and now goes by Kai. Eddie Murphy has a child living as a trans man. Elon Musk, Robert De Niro, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Charlize Theron have all been pulled into the same wider conversation. Then there are cases involving non-binary or gender non-conforming identities, like Angelina Jolie's daughter Shiloh, one of Megan Fox's sons, J-Lo's child Emmy, and Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck's child Finn. Because of that, a lot of theories have started circulating. Some people say celebrity kids grow up so protected that puberty and adult reality hit harder, and transition becomes a way to escape that pressure. Others point to what they call social contagion, where kids in close friend groups influence each other. Another theory says some of these children come from emotionally distant or image-obsessed homes, so a major identity shift brings attention, validation, and a stronger sense of self. There are also people who think guilt, privilege, and the need to feel uniquely seen all play a role. DL Hughley's view is much simpler. He says it comes back to the parents. Using Dwayne Wade's family as an example, DL argued there is no way a child that young could fully understand what being trans means without adults introducing that framework early. He also criticized parents supporting major transition-related decisions before adulthood, saying that is far too young for life-altering choices. Do parents shape this most? And then you have people like Cat Williams, who push the conversation even further. He has suggested that the reason so many celebrities seem to have trans-identifying children is not random at all, but part of a much darker system tied to fame, power, and sacrifice. That claim is obviously the most extreme one in the discussion, but it keeps getting repeated because it feeds into how suspicious many people already are about Hollywood. Do you buy that theory? At this point, the E.J. Johnson debate has grown way beyond one interview clip. It has turned into a much bigger argument about identity, femininity, celebrity parenting, privilege, and the way people talk about all of it online. And the reason this story keeps spreading is because everyone seems to be reading something different into the same comments. Where do you stand on it?